Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the DeBruce Foundation National Career Development Month Kickoff. I'm Jackie Joyner-Kersee, and it's truly an honor to be here with you all. As an Olympic athlete, I've always believed in setting high goals and the power of dedication and hard work. These same principles have been the cornerstone of my foundation, the Jackie Joyner-Kersee Foundation, where our mission is to instill youth in the East St. Louis area with the dream, drive, and determination necessary to win in life. Our mission aligns beautifully with those of the DeBruce Foundation, which is why I'm here today. Just as we aim to transform our community and inspire the world, the DeBruce Foundation worked tirelessly to expand pathways to economic growth and opportunity for individuals nationwide. Their dedication to developing innovative solutions like the Agile Work Profiler showcase their commitment to changing how people pursue their careers. The DeBruce Foundation also serves as an important partner and a convener. And today, you'll hear from organizations all around the country who align with the vision of employment empowerment for everyone. Today, I'm pleased to be your MC to introduce our esteemed panels. Dr. Leigh Ann Taylor, the Executive Director and Chief Operating Officer of the DeBruce Foundation, whose unwavering commitment has been instrumental in advancing their mission to expanding career pathways. Leigh Waldvogel, Senior Director of Strategic Partnership and American Students Assistant, who is dedicated to creating a world where every middle and high school kid in America can explore, experiment with, and discover rewarding careers. Suja Joseph, Director and Statewide Reemployment Program at Maryland Department of Labor, whose work has been empowering individuals of all ages into careers, changing lives across states. Brett Kissinger, Executive Director of Northland CAPS, who provide life-changing professional, innovative educational experiences for students in Northland region of Kansas City. And last but not least, Chelsea, one of Brett's students, who will offer a fresh perspective from one of the most important groups. We are here to empower our youth. We will hear from each of our guests, and then I will facilitate questions that were submitted prior to the event. But first, a couple of housekeeping notes. Please use the chat feature to react to the messages and prompts we are sharing today. For technical issues, please drop a note in the chat, or our support team will be here to help you. Now, I turn it over to Dr. Leigh Ann to share the latest research from the DeBruce Foundation, as, as well as their new Career Explorer tools. Leigh Ann?
Thank Jackie. So nice to have you with us today. You're an inspiration to so many. And we're just grateful for your being here today and your work to help young people win at life. As we gather to kick off National Career Development Month, empowering others to win at life is top of mind. I can't help but think of Anisha, who's a freshman in college now. Anisha is a member of DeBruce Career Corps, our youth voice initiative at the foundation. These young people help us design career tools for others to use. Last year, her friends were struggling to figure out their next steps on a career path. As a DeBruce Career Corps member, Anisha had been introduced to career literacy tools using the Agile Work Profiler. She shared these with her friends. Thinking about Anisha, let's define some terms you'll hear today. Career literacy first. Career literacy includes knowing one's strengths and interests and having confidence to explore a variety of career opportunities. We can accelerate the power of career literacy by combining it with network strength. At DeBruce Career Corps, Anisha had made connections with professionals and others who could help her expand her career pathways. That's an example of network strength. which means having a diverse and deep connections with others from different social experiences, industries, and education levels. Today, we are very excited to not only share research for why it is important to build career literacy and network strength, but also to give free access to new and improved career literacy tools. So, why is what Anisha did so very important in helping her friends get on the right career path? Well, the DeBruce Foundation's recent research with 16,000 working age Americans, a nationally representative group, found the secret sauce to employment empowerment. It is to have higher career literacy and more network strength. Our research affirmed that network strength does accelerate for people of all ages the power of career literacy for working age Americans. Having more diverse and deeper connections expands your career options, especially when you are aware and affirmed of your strengths and your interest. Employment empowered individuals wisely consider 35% more jobs outside their current career path. They are 18% more likely to be currently employed. And get this, their average annual earnings are $30,000 more than those who are employment challenged. So, are you wondering how many Americans are employment empowered? We were too. It's only 1 in 3 working age Americans who are employment empowered, which means 2/3, 2 out of 3 Americans, far too many, particularly those who are marginalized in the economy otherwise, are at considerable risk. This is what presents as our collective challenge. And we uncovered something else. People who focus on building career literacy and network strength from an early age are far more likely to become employment empowered than those who start later in life. What a gift it was for Anisha to ensure her friends could start earlier than most with access to tools they needed to expand their career pathways and succeed sooner. We also commissioned more extensive research on youth. The findings have been incorporated into a report called How to Talk with Youth About Careers. This free report being released here today is the culmination of research conducted by GQR to gain insights from youth ages 16 to 24, as well as parents and influencers of young people across the United States. It is a practical tool for all of us who are working to expand career pathways for young people. The findings are so interesting. I mean, we could spend the whole day talking about this. So I encourage you to download your copy of the report at debruce.org. The discovery I found so fascinating from this report is the high level of confidence that young people have in their ability to succeed in careers. An astonishing 90% of those surveyed believe they can achieve their career goals. This is certainly counterintuitive to what we're hearing in the news, right? And far more encouraging. Findings indicate confidence is strong across all different backgrounds, regardless of race, family income, or even whether they plan to go to college. This is especially important to note because they are the most diverse generation in US history. A critical piece to understand is what stands in the way of activating this optimism. In spite of what's been coined an employee's market, many youth don't actually perceive the job market as favorable to them. In addition, mental health was identified as a key barometer. We read all the time about youth comparing themselves to idealized and filtered posts by others on social media, right? I mean, we know that they're online. Yet, this report shows that less than half of the young people surveyed have actively explored career information online, like how much money they can earn at certain jobs, or Googling what qualifications they need, or binging what job opportunities are available. This suggests that many young people are not prepared for their career journey, and they're not even engaging the technology at their fingertips to help themselves be career literate. So, how do we meet them where they are? How do we leverage their optimism and overcome barriers? How do we support this next generation of our workforce? Well, together, we can meet them where they are. That's where our panelists today, our foundation, and our partners like you come in. We can support them as they navigate their unique career journeys. Young people, they don't just want to know about jobs, you all. They want to discover themselves. Youth are very interested in self discovery and understanding their strengths and interests related to work. This has been a steady finding over the past 6 years of research we've commissioned to help us reach youth. In short, youth have a lot of confidence and potential, yet they face some tough challenges in this unique time. It's our responsibility to provide them with guidance, support, and resources, just like Anisha did for her friends. Whether we are reaching youth or someone at mid career, we know from evidence that individuals can develop career literacy and network strength. You'll hear about it today from our panelist, which is wonderful. I mean, as I mentioned earlier, it's something we can all affect. And we actually have career literacy tools to share to help do just that. Some of you may be familiar with the Agile Work Profiler, which has been taken more than 150,000 times. While it's the most well known career literacy product developed by the DeBruce Foundation, it's not the only one. We are very excited to announce today that our suite of Career Explorer tools has gone through a redesign and upgrade to be more user friendly and mobile responsive. These free tools are available on agilities.org and can be right at your fingertips. The Career Explorer tools allow individuals to better understand how they can discover their options and secure a fulfilling career. Exploring how their strengths and interests, remember that's what we call agilities, can help them in the workforce. The Career Explorer tools provide intuitive ways to search for information on hundreds of occupations to win at life. The Agile Work Profiler, in combination with these tools, gives individuals confidence about their value in the career marketplace and helps them become employment empowered. They are helpful to partner organizations who care about expanding career pathways. For instance, today we congratulate a partner of ours, Indiana Wesleyan University, who is holding a ribbon cutting ceremony for their mobile career lab. It will roll across 3 states, giving access to the Agile Work Profiler, Career Explorer tools, and other resources to help people be employment empowered. You can be a partner who is helping expand career pathways too by accessing these free tools and both reports I referenced at debruce.org. As Jackie mentioned, we're joined today by leaders across the country. Each of them brings a different and meaningful perspective on the issue of employment empowerment. Thank you all again for being here today and our board and our team who have made this possible. I will now turn it over to Leigh from American Student Assistance. ASA is an organization that has been a wonderful partner with us and a valuable resource for youth nationwide. Leigh, take it away.
Thanks so much, Leanne. I'm so excited to be with you all today. As Leanne mentioned, I'm Leigh Waldvogel, Senior Director of Strategic Partnerships at American Student Assistance. And ASA is a national not-for-profit that's changing the way that teens learn about careers and navigate a path to post-secondary success. We're so excited about the conversation today and obviously the work that we do. Our goal is to impact 15 million kids through a suite of free digital experiences, impact investing, advocacy, and philanthropic giving. I'm going to share a few things that guide our work to reach our goals, and I'm hopeful they're helpful to a few of our listeners today. First, keeping young people at the center of everything that we do. That's so important to us. Meeting them where they are, as Leanne mentioned, listening to their needs, co-designing experiences with them, and helping them tell their story. One thing that they have benefited, that they would have benefited more from, or at least 65% of them tell us this, is more career exploration in middle or high school. So we know the challenge is real. Second, we need to think innovatively and outside the box about how we do our work. This includes harnessing technology and game-like experiences to help kids learn about their careers, starting as early as middle school and ensuring that those experiences are fun and engaging. And third, we need mission-aligned partnerships like ours with DeBruce, because we quite literally can't do it alone. We need partnerships and relationships that share the same North Star to reach the kind of impact that we're all after. A good example of all of those principles is in our latest experience called Evolve Me. It was built alongside kids to help them prepare for life after high school. And since April, Evolve Me has reached nearly 700,000 students outside of the classroom. And it now provides more than 100 engaging tasks across career experimentation and skill building activities from more than 35 amazing partners. And it's all for kids 13 or older, and it's free. These are the tools that we need to do more with, and just like partnering up with DeBruce around the Agile Work Profiler, because the whole idea is to bring more visibility to amazing experiences such as the Agile Work Profiler from DeBruce. And in our partnership with DeBruce, some recent figures and some insights, we're helping kids to understand their own agilities through the Agile Work Profiler. The young people continue to tell us that they want to learn more. They want to build skills. They are confident, but they are not necessarily confident about how those skills translate to careers. And that's why we're super excited that in our work with DeBruce through Evolve Me, that over 10,000 kids have completed the AWP. That's the Agile Work Profiler. And the good news is it's just the start. There's more to come. So now I'll turn it over to the next speaker, Director of Statewide Reemployment Programs in Maryland Department of Labor, Suja Joseph.
Thank you, Leigh. So greetings from the Maryland Department of Labor. I work for the Division of Workforce Development and Adult Learning. We serve thousands of job seekers that come through our 32 American Job Centers around the state, and 3 of our reemployment programs, especially workshops that we conduct for them. Our goal is to serve our job seekers by increasing their career literacy. I mean, some of them have not had to look for a job in 10 years, 20 years. They don't know what it is like to be out there looking for a job right now. And these are things we try to help them with, and also increase their appeal in the job market, to empower them to build careers with higher wages, better benefits, and also help them experience less risk of unemployment. That said, we meet every type of job seeker, from students to people who are transitioning in their careers, to C-suite executives, lawyers, doctors. We work with them. Right now, I work here at the Professional Outplacement Assistance Center. We have a job fair going on right now. We have job seekers from every walk of life that come through our centers. And one of the things that we notice, especially in workshops and in our one-on-ones with them, is that their confidence is shaken. They may have worked for 10 years, 20 years, 5 years. It doesn't matter what type of job seeker. They've lost their job and their confidence is shaken. We try to remind them, your job went away, but your skills didn't, and we try to remind them not to tie their sense of self-worth to their job titles. Remind them that career transition will occur over a lifetime. But here's how you can stay prepared. Here are some of the tools. We teach them how to make their resumes applicant tracking system friendly. We do mock interviews with them. We're always looking for ways to help our job seekers to understand their worth and to market themselves better to employers. That said, a year and a half ago, I wasn't even going to attend this conference, but I said it's virtual, I'll have it playing in the background and I'll work, because I had meetings that day, I had other things to do. And I switch it on, and I hear Patty Dobrowolski talking about draw your future. And I said, oh, I know this. And I had been sharing this 11 years ago with job seekers with great success to help them fix goals. And so we reached out, long story short, Patty came over with Cindy from the DeBruce Foundation, trained our staff here, and that's how we were introduced to the Agilities framework. Cindy came back and trained all of our staff here, or at least 40 of our staff were trained, by Cindy. And we started offering the Agilities workshop statewide. So like I said and mentioned earlier, from the Professional Outplacement Assistance Center here, we started offering the workshops statewide. What we noticed was job seekers were breaking free of limiting beliefs. We noticed an increase in confidence that comes from knowing that they bring value. We noticed that they were networking better in the sessions. And when they were talking to each other, now they were using these keywords. They were speaking up better. Their resumes looked better. We also sprinkle the essential skills, in there when we're talking about resumes, and also helping them prepare for their interview. What we started hearing was this helped build my confidence back. One gentleman said, I'm looking to switch careers. I'm going to be, and I'm looking to be a networking technician. I took the agility assessment today, and it told me that operating objects was my top agility. This is confirmation that I'm on the right track. One lady said, and this really, resonated with a lot of people. She said, my agilities speak about what I used to love doing when I was younger and what I do now on the weekends. It's not the job that I picked, but it tells me that maybe I should try looking for a job that I really love and that I'm passionate about. In the workshop, we have job seekers saying, I'm sharing this already. My kids are going to take this. I'm sharing this with my friends. Uh, but what we hear often is this has helped me better map and communicate my value moving forward. The handouts and the guides that you're giving me are going to be reference material for me, in my job search. So we are this to us is confirmation. We did not ask for these comments. This is confirmation that the Agile Work Profiler assessment that we introduced to our job seekers, the Career Explorer tools that we share with them. Our assistant director here has been doing this for 20 years. And his comment is, why didn't this exist 20 years ago? It just makes it so easy. It helps. It really helps job seekers understand that they can expand their career pathways. They can look for other jobs. They can use the agilities to search for jobs that they had probably never even considered before, earn more, present themselves better. So at the Maryland Department of Labor, we are happy that this partnership happened. Thank you so much, Leanne, for inviting me to speak here and to share. Um, our next speaker is Brett Kisker. He is the Executive Director at Northland CAPS. Please help me welcome him.
Thank you, Suja. I appreciate it. And it's a fascinating story because everything you guys have said so far completely echoes what we've seen with the DeBruce tools and the Agile Work Profilers. So my name is Brett Kisker. I'm the Executive Director of Northland CAPS. So CAPS stands for Center for Advanced Professional Studies. It's a high school program for juniors and seniors, and we're actually just one of 100 CAPS programs that exist around the world, actually. There are actually 4 international programs right now, and that's really exciting. Our goals, whenever we bring juniors and seniors in, are to help them figure out how to act like a professional, teach career literacy skills, but honestly, soft skill development is probably the main thing that we're focusing on, because we know that we want the teenagers that leave our program to be prepared to be adult leaders, because they are our next workforce, right? We are invested with business partners and working with them all the time. And the goal is to really build relationships with the future workforce from our business end. So this is workforce development. It's career literacy, it's everything, right? And we do this through a multitude of ways. We have guest speakers and site visits galore. We're working on 100 different projects for local business partners right now, which is really fun. We're also teaching our students how to make resumes and how to make resumes that'll make them shine. how to do mock interviews, how to even do internships. And so we are constantly engaged with our business partners. And the thing that I tell my students here in this program, and honestly, whenever I'm out just even talking to any of the 18 high schools that we work with, is we don't want students that go through our program. We don't want you to approach life with like life is going to happen to you. We want you to take charge of your future, right? And be involved in that. And so that's why we bring the Agile Work Profiler into our program. We've been working with DeBruce for 5 years on this. We've been taking the agilities over and over again and providing feedback. And honestly, it's been great to see the tools that have come from even the last 5 years and the things they continue to develop, because they're all so good for what we're trying to do. It helps our students build self-awareness. For instance, 52% of the kids in my program will come through and change their mind about what they wanted to be through an experience that they had or through the Agile Work Profiler, and they are helping to refine then who is it that I am and what mark do I want to make on the world, right? And that's really important to us, that we want them to have that direction, and the DeBruce tools help us with this. It helps us work in groups. I said we work on business partner projects. We can get stuff done at a more efficient rate because we know who's good at operating objects versus who is the innovator on our team versus who's the seller and communicator, right? And it also, all of the vocabulary that we gain. What we find is that students have great experiences, but they don't know how to take that experience and describe it to somebody that's not there. And so the tools that we have now, this is giving us the words, right? This is again the verbiage that our students can then take and they can turn around and they can put that on a resume or even use it on an interview. And there's great tools, like I said, that have helped with this. So not only is it the assessment, but see if this works, but like there's all these one pagers, like how do we use this verbiage on our resume, or how do we use this to help network and sell ourselves in 30 seconds, or how do we use this in a mock interview, because we're trying to lead the horse to water whenever we're doing internships even, so that we can say, maybe we have a student associate that's worked with spreadsheets before, but absolutely hates it, right? They're an innovator and they want to like do something that's out of the box and hands-on and all this stuff. Please don't tell then your interviewer, like whenever you're going through an internship and getting ready for something, that you work with spreadsheets, right? What are the things that you love? Because that will help then the business partner understand how to use you in the ways that you enjoy, but also the things that you're good at, right? What are your agilities? And so that's what we're going with. We've seen our students for years. They've gained confidence, they gain comfort because they're able to provide better input to the business partners they interact with. And so that's where we find the value. And I could go on and on about this, but you know what? You don't want to hear from me. What you want to hear from is one of my students. So I'm going to slide out of the way here and let Chelsea, who's one of my current students, take over and tell you about her experience with the Agile Work Profiler and the DeBruce tools.
Great job.
Hi, I'm Chelsea. I'm a student with Northland Caps, and I'm on my second year in the program. I'm so excited to be speaking today. And I've really gotten the unique opportunity of seeing how these tools really impact students, especially because I've created my own resume. I've changed it multiple times throughout the program. And these tools and learning my agilities, such as my serving and caring agility or my developing others agility, has really transformed my resume into something that highlighted what I've done and highlighted just the basic outline of all my experiences and turned it into something more personal that I can take into future opportunities, and I can show them what I enjoy doing just as much as what I'm good at. And that has really shaped any future opportunities that I get. I also have the unique opportunity as a senior associate to go back into first year classrooms and teach them what I learned last year using the DeBruce tools that they provided, such as the Agile Work Profiler. I had the unique opportunity a few weeks ago of going into first year medicine and healthcare classes and teaching about building resumes. At the time, many of the students had never built a resume before. And so taking something so daunting, such as building a resume for a high school junior or senior has become so much easier, so much simplified, and so much more personalized with the tools of the Agile Work Profiler. I know that we passed out these one pagers with the strong words for each agility to all the students. And a couple weeks later at our resume review day, I got the unique opportunity to go through people's resumes, and I saw so many of these words used on the resumes, which I thought was absolutely incredible. They've really made an impact on our program and on how we build resumes, how we approach the workforce in the Northland area. And additionally, they are also impacting how we do our interviews. The agilities has really become something that we teach all our students to keep in mind at all times when they're approaching the workforce, when they're approaching a new opportunity, when they're approaching an interview. They really keep that in mind, and they can advocate for themselves what they enjoy doing and what they want to get out of each opportunity, because like said earlier, it increases our self-awareness of what we want out of the workforce, out of each opportunity. So it has absolutely changed the way that I approach any opportunities, that any of these students approach opportunities. It has made such an impact. And all these high school students now have strong resumes that they can take out into the workforce world with their agilities in mind. And it has really, really shaped our program and how our students approach these opportunities in the future. Thank you, everyone. And now I'm going to pass it back to Jackie for some Q&A.
It's amazing of what all your organizations are doing. It's, connecting, youth to the future. And now we have time for one question from each of our panelists. They were selected from questions that were submitted in advance by our audience. And I just want to say thank you. And the first question is for Leigh. It says, what are some of the ways you met youth where they are for engaging them regarding their careers?
Thanks, Jackie, and to the audience. Yeah, for us, it's so important. And what we know to be true is that obviously there's a tremendous amount of good work happening in different regions across the country and in classrooms. But 80% of young people's lives is spent outside the classroom. So a big part of what that means to us is meeting them outside of it, in many ways on their phone, with experiences like the Agile Work Profiler. We need to expand the capacity for young people to find exciting activities like the AWP and others, so that they can start, and then also provide them with a range of activities so they can start with which activity is right for them at that point in their career journey. So some people are ready to go right with the Agile Work Profiler when you start. Some people want to do something else right away. It really depends. Meeting kids where they are means giving them options and making it accessible.
Thank you. And Chelsea, how has learning your agilities changed the way you look at school and your future career options?
Yeah, absolutely. So as a senior in high school this year has been a very transitional period of my life, and keeping my agilities in mind, as we've taught all the students to do, has really changed the way I approach anything such as college applications or any future internship opportunities, because I know now how to advocate exactly what I want out of either school or learning opportunities or internships in the future. It has really given me that self-awareness of I absolutely enjoy developing others and working with others in the workforce. I enjoy serving and caring, and I can take that and I can say that and advocate for myself whenever I'm applying to either a school or a future opportunity. And it has really created a good way for me to advocate myself, so that I know that whatever opportunity, whatever school I end up going to, I advocated for myself and I can be where I want to be and I can work with my agilities.
Great. And Suja, what advice do you have for adults who are in the mid-career transition?
Wow. Yeah. So, at some point, maybe we find ourselves at a crossroads where, like, I've been doing this, it's been 10 years, I haven't been growing, or maybe something's happening at work, you're bored, you're not appreciated enough. You go through that crisis. Everyone will hit that at some point, if you're not doing what you really love to do. One of the first things I would recommend that you do is just take stock of your skills. Take a piece of paper. If there were no one around to tell you you can't do that, you're not good at that, what would you write on that piece of paper? What are the skills you possess? Right? Just write down, take stock of that. Have that in front of you at all times. What you dwell on multiplies. Don't look anywhere else. Say, I have all of these skills. Now, what am I passionate about? What would I like to do? Let me see if I can get paid to do, what I'm passionate to do, right? But I would recommend that you come into an American Job Center. I'm not selling American Job Centers. I promise you, we have career counselors there. This is our job. We want you to succeed. And we've seen thousands of other people. So we've met experiences, like yours. We've seen people go through this. So when you come and say, well, these are the skills that I have in my hand, what can I do? I want to do something else. I don't even know what, but I want to do something else. We're able to guide you. Take an assessment, as I would highly, highly recommend the Agile Work Profiler. Take it. Know what your agilities are. Start looking, but based off of that, get on LinkedIn, start networking, look up employers.
Mhm.
See, what? I had a lady come speak to me yesterday. I felt like I was not helping her because she had already laid out everything. She said, I'm a cybersecurity specialist, but I don't want to do it anymore. And now I'm struggling with, okay, is there anything else you did? Well, I volunteer, I volunteer at my church. Well, what do you do? Well, okay, you can, based off of that, let's add that to your resume. So there are a lot of things that you can do. But again, networking, making sure your resume looks good. Come, if you go to careeronestop.org, careeronestop.org, and click on find local help, it will, and put your zip code in, it will take you to it will show you how you can get to your nearest American Job Center. And the other thing that we want to do is to help you build better habits, give you all the tools that we have,
Yes. Mhm.
meaning, you know, note everything that you do. It doesn't have to be that you're looking for another job. Go on LinkedIn. Like this conference, for example, I should add that to my LinkedIn profile, as something that I participated in. You know what I'm saying? So it's there. It's a living document. It helps you and it helps others see, the worth and the value. But you have to also work on what's on the inside. The next time around that you're looking for a job, it won't be as hard.
Suja, thank you. And Brett, what are some of the most important things educators or school districts can do to support youth career readiness?
That's a great question. The easy button, honestly, is to get the tools out in front of the students. That's the thing you can do, is have your students taking the Agile Work Profiler. The thing that would take more effort, that I think would also be more impactful, is to actually train up your teachers and your counselors and your staff on, like, what do you do with the results? Like, how are we incorporating this into our language? What are we doing if we have like homerooms, or we have some sort of time that we have set aside where we're working on personal development and not just, algebra 2 homework? I would say you need your teachers to be able to use the tools and to bring those back into the discussion, so that it's not a one-time thing where the kids take it and then it's like it was gone a moment later and they don't even remember that they did it. It's like, let's use this, and then let's bring in business partners to see where this stuff fits in. Right, start with your parents and your alumni and bring them back into the fold and say, like, where are you using these agilities and what kind of jobs do you have available? Because I think that one of the things that can be a misconception for students is, it doesn't matter if you're an introvert or an extrovert. It doesn't matter if you're a detail-oriented person or if you're like me and you're always like 30,000 feet in the cloud thinking about big ideas, right? Like, I don't care what your personality is. There is a job for you, but you have to be able to communicate what you're good at. You have to be able to communicate what you enjoy, and you need to figure out where those opportunities exist. And most of the time, those are going to be in your local community. Most of us don't stray too far from home, right? So just training up your adults on how to use the tools, I think, would be way more impactful, which I'm sure the DeBruce Foundation would love to hear from you if that was something you were interested in.
Thank you. And finally, Leanne, we cover a lot of information today. What do you want people to take away from today's panel?
Thank you, Jackie. We did. And thank you to the panelists. Well, we heard Leigh talk at first about how important partnerships were. Again, none of us can do this alone, but together we really can. And as Suja mentioned, I think we all have to be open, even when we're headed to something like, I don't know if this is going to be useful to me or not, like staying open to what might be those things and those ways that we could help others expand their career pathways. I loved how Brett, leaned into, it's about the relationship with the businesses too, right? We're building bridges from individuals to industry, and it's about how do we help those meet together so that we really are inspiring the Chelseas of the world and the others who are our future workforce, and yet we're skilling and upskilling and reskilling those who are in transition. So it's all about meeting people where they are in those transitions and doing it in partnership, because that's how we'll expand career pathways. That's how we'll build career literacy and network strength and move towards more people being employment empowered. Jackie.
Yes, thank you, Leanne. And thank you to all of our speakers today, and especially to our audience members from all across the country. Today, we heard the data that shows the importance of career literacy and network strength in building empowered careers, and many ideas about the ways we can all make a difference in this space. I hope you were inspired to connect today with one another with a free resource provided by the DeBruce Foundation. Again, free resources provided by the DeBruce Foundation. The QR code on the screen will take you to a landing page with the research reports and career tools discussed today. Thank you for all you do to expand career paths. Have a great National Career Development Month. Let's go. Celebrate. Thank you.